Hi, this is Dave with DRH Acrylic Creations. This is part two of the water feature painting that I started last week. This is a pencil drawing or line drawing of what I'm going to be tracing. Now, you can see over on the left hand or right hand side, failed attempt I had with it that ended up being too small. So I went and found another drawing that I thought would fit on this canvas very well. And what we're going to do, as you see through this, we're going to pick up our a glue gun, and I'm going to trace around those lines with my hot glue. I'm using a gold hot glue on this. You can use clear also. This technique was made famous by Tanya Munt, who is a artist that is not on YouTube, and there's lots of videos that are available here on YouTube using this technique. But I saw it, I thought I'd like to give it a try. The end product is going to be reminiscent of a stained glass. So we'll get to that here in just a few minutes. So I'm just going to go around the edges here and follow these lines around. The key to this, and it's just not an easy technique to learn or rather master, it's because it takes a lot of, it takes a steady hand. And I'm still working on that. I have some fine motor skill issues, and this helps me with that. I had a minor stroke about 7 years ago, and it's left part of my face a little bit paralyzed, and it's also affected my fine motor skills. So I'm just going to continue around this and create that koi down at the bottom. And just like with a dam, what's going to end up with this is going to be used to give me a dam or a border where the colors will go when I get it down on the canvas, but not getting ahead of myself. I sped this video up quite a bit because I'm in the learning process of this. This took me the better part of 3 hours to do, so I've cut a lot of the work out, and I've sped it up to make it a little less boring, I guess. It's funny, while I was doing it, I didn't feel like it had taken me that long. So this is a very zen process. If you'd like to see a more detailed how-to on this technique, leave me a message down in the comments and let me know what you think. What I'm working on there, and I should have said something about it before I started, I have a translucent silicone mat that's on top of that drawing that I'm putting the hot glue on top of. The pure technique with this is she used a pane of glass and then a razor blade to remove it from the glass. And I could see that there would be benefit to using glass, mainly that you would get a flatter surface on the back of the glue that's going down on the surface here. And I'll explain that a little bit more when we get to it. Making pretty good progress here. And like I said, this is not an easy technique to do from the beginning, and I think even harder to master. If you can find Tanya's work, it's amazing. I mean, it's simply, there's no other way to put it. It's just amazing. Okay, I'm using one of my swiping tools, my palette knives, to get underneath the And what I did here is I just picked up the glue gun again and added some more to the lines because it got a little thin and I didn't want to risk having them fall apart when I pulled them off of this. So what I was doing with that palette knife, which I got started about, was I'm just going underneath the glue to pick it up. So got a little bit ahead of myself there. And I went in and reinforced some of these lines. My lines got kind of clunky, not as fine as I would have liked to have seen them, but it's a learning process. So I'm going back underneath, loosening it up. Once I've done all of this, I'll explain what's next. Now I got my glue gun off of Amazon. You can get it anywhere. I think you need all of the craft stores will have them. The point is you really need to have as fine a tip as you can possibly get. Okay, I'm going to go underneath this and put it on my large, actually it's a cooking spatula, turner. I'm going to pull that out of there, pull up the canvas that I'm going to be placing this on. If you remember from last week, this dried beautifully, by the way, and I don't think I could have been happier with it. So flip it over. I want the bottom side of that up. I've got some Gorilla Glue, heavy duty, and what I'm doing is I'm going to spray the back of this, and it's going to hit. That's what I'm going to glue this to the canvas. It's a bit tricky because it did pretty much set pretty quickly. It doesn't take much, maybe 30 seconds. And I decided instead of flipping it over, I'll just place it down the canvas where I want it. Now I did a light spray on the canvas itself with the glue because it's supposed to be a double contact, and I gotta tell you, it gave me little to no working time to get that down to the canvas because I put it down and you want it to stay. So it's in place. I'm going to wait just a few minutes and let this set up. Pulling my colors up now, and this is going to be pearlescent white, space black, that's lemon sorbet, and this last color I'm kind of trying to decide is Bellini, by both of those by this little Piggy. These are my little pipettes, and you'll see what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to pick up the pipettes, and once I get this up, this is my pearlescent white, showing my consistency there. This was a little bit thicker than I needed. I'm going to fill up my pipette. I'm going to fill those spaces with each one of the colors I'm using. Primary colors on this were the space black, pearlescent space black, and this pearlescent white. This pearlescent white is by Amsterdam. I'm going to just continue this. It is painstaking. It takes a little bit of time. So you have to be patient, not be in a big hurry. This is sped up 2 times, so you can see how slow it's going. Up ahead here and go into the black. This pearlescent black looks more gray when it's finished, but it's what I wanted. I wanted that pearlesque to shine through. And just fill up the odd damned areas, I guess is the best way to put it, and so they get the contrast in there. just about done with the black. Just about. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead. I did a little bit of enhancement with some of the other two colors, and you'll see that in the closing. But I think it's about time for the flyover. You can see that along the top I put a little bit of the lemon sorbet and the Bellini in just to accent. I really do love the way this came out. I can't wait to refine it a little bit more. And this is the resin results. Couldn't pick this up because it was still wet, but you get the idea. Thank you for being here today. If you'd like to help, leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It's absolutely free and it really does help. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.